Today we're going to be resealing this sink, and even though perhaps what you're thinking the sealant is in quite good shape, we do have our reasons for doing this. Basically the sink got insecure and fell down, so the whole thing needs redoing again. Now one thing I'm going to try is to introduce the repair caulk. So first up we're going to need a blade, and we're just going to cut out all the old silicone sealant, and we don't really want to scratch our sink, so I'm going to be very careful. I find a lot of light strokes are better than one hugely powerful stroke, and we just keep working that out and want to remove as much as possible. Now it is a good idea to have the plug in while you do this, because you don't want any falling down the drain. I find a lot of repetitive strokes are better than one powerful one. So we'll just pull all this out. Well, we've removed quite a lot from the sink. We've still got a bit further to go, but just want to share a few tips. The angle of the blade can make a difference, and also the direction of travel. So if you angle the blade up to the worktop, that will help remove some stubborn sealant, and conversely downwards towards the sink, although this was not really the area where the sealant was stuck with in my case, due to the sink dropping. There's a little beam in there what just went. Well, I've removed the silicone and had a little clean up, and there's still just a few little bits here. So what we're going to do, we've got a pad there, and we're just going to put a bit of washing up liquid on it, or dish soap, and go around and give everything a good clean. And I'm going to try and push this in as deep as possible so that we've cleaned the area out prior to bonding. So what we'll do now, we'll just go around with a paper towel and dry things up as much as possible. So we're now in the position where we've had a good wipe round, dried everything best we could with a paper towel, and the little wisps of silicone are starting to disappear. Well, I've got this old hairdryer I use for drying things, so I'm going to go around and we're going to get it totally bone dry, because if we don't, the silicone won't stick. Either that or just wait perhaps 24 hours. I would personally rather do it today. So one thing I thought of is just to take a bit of scrap paper just to know it's dry, and just run that in the crease all the way around, and hopefully it will prove to be dry. A bit of dirt on it there, but it is dry. So we'll have one more quick wipe round with a paper towel just to make sure everything's nice and clean, as we did disturb our good work a little drying it out. Well, I purchased this Sudol multi-purpose silicone for the job, and it's in brilliant white, and it's waterproof and mould resistant. That's the key. Some silicones you get a bit on the cheap side. I found it's better to go with one with a known brand rather than just wing it with the cheapest silicone in the shop. Spend the extra money, you'll not regret it, as you won't need to redo the work, in my experience, for a while. So all these silicone guns come with an untrimmed nozzle. I'm going to trim that to probably around 45 degrees, just so it easily pushes it into the crack there. So we've trimmed the nozzle, so we'll put it in the gun. Now I always use a pro gun, as it's a lot easier to use, and I do enough. So I think before we start getting too carried away, we'll just centralise the sink. Your sink may need centralising. Find a position you're happy gunging it in with. So I'm just going to start here and work all the way around in a circle for the first application. Now for the fine tuning of the silicone, I spent £1.04 from Temu. I really want to use these and see how they deal with the task in hand. So as we're laying the bead, I'm constantly pushing it in. and it's not the neatest job, but hopefully our Temu purchase will assist. And I want to get as much in as possible, really. I don't want to skimp on it. I don't want to redo this job a year down the line or so. Well, I've had a look through the shapes, and there's quite a lot of options here. We've got curved beads and chamfered beads, and what I really want is a right angle, so I'm hoping that's nearly a right angle. I'm hoping I can use that. What I would have done historically is I'd just used my finger. This could be a game changer, so I'm willing to give it a shot. What I want to do is just keep pushing it in, so get as much in as possible. If I can make that splodge disappear, mop up a splodge off the gun and add that to the mix. So I'm just going to focus on a small area at once and work my way around. So I'll take my finger and I'll just push it in like so. And then we just keep working on it till we get it tidier, and maybe shove that in a place. Well, I've still got a bit of a mess to deal with either way, so we'll just see what our Temu gizmo can do to that. I haven't quite got it as square as I could, but we've removed some. I'll just go in smaller amounts. Well, I've been round and got it something like, and the Temu gizmo did help. But we've got a cloth with a bit of washing up liquid on, so we'll just go around and remove the excess silicone. That should break it up to the point where I can just wipe it off on this cloth, which will then be going in the bin. If you find you're just dragging it around, just stick some more soap on your cloth. I spent quite a bit of time going round cleaning up with the cloth with the soapy water, and I'm quite happy just to leave it now. So it's took me an hour and a half. Many thanks for watching, and why not subscribe to learn of more low cost repair solutions.